Hello, everybody. Welcome to this female empowerment series. And what I was just telling to people before the session is that what inspired this series of sessions is just that there's so much violence happening in this world against women. And lately, it's been catching my eye more and more often when I watch YouTube. There are many wars happening in this world, and often women are the ones who are, have to bear a lot of violence. And it really started bothering me. And because also in many of my private sessions, topics kept on coming up. Many of my private clients, they are divorced, and there are certain issues that they're struggling with. There is a lot of religious programming, generational programming that's happening around being boxed and labeled in a certain way as a woman. And that's why I call this as a female empowerment series. I want to empower women. I want to also help us to reprogram certain conditions, certain beliefs that are keeping us stuck, so that we can unfold into our full potential, regardless of what gender we have. This series is not about trash talking men. It's not about sending negativity their way. It's not meant to be in that way at all. Men are also welcome to listen to the series. We do change genders from incarnation to incarnation, and it's good, I think, for everybody to just just to be put out and released from any boxes and labels that we've been branded, so that we really have a freer life. So that's the intent. Feel free to invite other people to the series. It's free. It's going to be put on YouTube, and hopefully more women and men will benefit from this as well. Feel free to also message me privately if you have any particular topic that you want me to cover. As always, this is going to be a channeled session. Today, we're going to be covering the topic of it's always the woman's fault. Be it that you've been conditioned into believing that's always your fault if you're a woman in this reincarnation, or be it something that you just we have been born with this tendency to just believe as a woman it must be my fault, going back to that wrong idea around the original sin. Okay, so I have prepared a few slides. I'm gonna start sharing my slides. You can turn off your cameras if you feel. You can lay down, make yourself as comfortable as you need to, and we're gonna get started. So put your awareness at the center of your heart. There's nothing you need to do. There is nowhere you need to go. Just allow yourself to be fully present in the here and the now. Put your awareness somewhere 300 feet above your crown. Tap into the love and light 300 feet above your crown. Allow this love and light to begin coming down on your crown, on your forehead, on your ajna, on your throat, heart, solar plexus. May some of your good karma be used to let go of anybody and everybody who's no longer part of your divine plan. This energy is going all the way down to the center of Mother Earth. Tap into the love and light at the center of Mother Earth. Allow this love and light energy from the center of Mother Earth to begin coming up through the crust of the earth, through your feet, through your body, coming into your heart. Filling up your heart with love and light. This energy is expanding, it's becoming as big as your house, as big as your town, as big as this planet. Put your awareness at the center of Mother Earth. Imagine there is an elevator. The door is opening, you are stepping inside. The elevator is beginning to rise through the crust of the earth, through your feet, through your body, through your head, going higher. May some of your good karma be used to take your consciousness, your awareness all the way to the 7th plane of consciousness. Create a fall at this consciousness level. Create a fall at this. It is requested. We would like to understand what's the most important thing for us to clear around this issue, if it's always the woman's fault. May some of our good karma be used to neutralize all the decisions, choices, beliefs that somebody always needs to be blamed in the first place. So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. If something goes wrong, somebody needs to be blamed. Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. May some of our good karma be used to scan our past, present, future for all the things we are being blamed for. Some of our good karma be used to just create a fall at this to neutralize all the decisions and choices we've ever made to believe that somebody needs to be blamed for. And if there is nobody to be blamed for, then we must be blaming ourselves. So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you believe the blame is a necessary part of life, clear and transmute across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere the weakest link is to be blamed, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Carry that all that is what's the most important thing for us to release. With some of our good karma abuse to bring up all the past life energies around. Woman too is to be blamed. If that energy had a voice, had a story, what would it say? If that energy had a voice, had a story, what would it say? Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. With some of our good karma abuse to bring up the energy from all the incarnations where we had a female body. Everywhere we believe the woman is weak, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. The woman is powerless, clear and transmuted across all planes, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere the powerful get to choose who is right and wrong, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we were at the mercy of other beings, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we weren't able to protect ourselves, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we were powerless, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we were silenced, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we accepted what other people said about us, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. With some of our good karma abuse to scan the entire universe for all the beings that we have given power to define who we are. Creative authenticity is commanded that across all time, dimension, space, and reality, all the beliefs that others are allowed to define us be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere it's a us against them world, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. All that energy of femininity on trial, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we've been made wrong, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we allowed others to make us wrong, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we believed others because we didn't know it better, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. All that conditioning since childhood. When the souls come into our body, and then it's being conditioned into certain beliefs, so clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. All that conditioning. If that energy had a voice, had a story, what would it say? If that energy had a voice, had a story, what would it say? Great of all, it is commanded that all the labels and boxes around a particular agenda be neutralized and our consciousness pulled out. The thing is this, there are no real villains. Everybody is a villain. We also have put down other women. We also blamed other women. If a guy goes cheating with another woman, we often don't say it's the guy's fault. We say, oh, it's the woman's fault. She probably lured him in. We all have committed those mistakes where we blame the other. I will do a whole separate session just around war between women. Everywhere women have been pitted against each other, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere there is war between women, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. With some of our good karma abuse to scan past, present, future for all the cursed energy, black magic energy, spells, binds that are feeding this blame energy. Create of all that is, it is commanded that all of this energies be neutralized, cleared out, removed, released, disconnected. May this energy be run through the generations that came before us, all those women in our family tree. Some of our good karma be used just creative all that is to harmonize, to neutralize all the psychic attacks between women. Everywhere somebody needs to be at fault. Everywhere somebody needs to be blamed. Often it's our own inability to accept things are the way they are. Nobody needs to be blamed. Creative all it is commanded that all the beliefs that we must blame ourselves be neutralized across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Creative all it is commanded that all the beliefs that somebody needs to be blamed be neutralized across all time, dimension, space, and reality. All that anger, resentment against women, creative all it is commanded that all the anger, resentment against women be brought up. If that energy had a voice, had a story, what would it say? If that energy had a voice, had a story, what would it say? Being transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality, times gazillion, times gazillion, times gazillion. If some of you with karma abuse, just scan your past, present, future, this life, other lives. Remember all the faces, anybody who's ever blamed you for anything, everywhere you've been blamed for other people's mistakes, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you've been blamed for all the mistakes, bad things other people said, done. Everywhere you've been gaslighted, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you've been pushed down, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you've been treated like a doormat, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you didn't put a stop to this, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you accepted it, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you allowed this, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you were powerless to stop this, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Times gazillion, times gazillion, times gazillion. May some of you with karma abuse to scan the entire universe for all the beings whose permission you need to put a stop to this. Some of you with karma abuse to get all the permissions you need to allow yourself to push back on any blame, to let go of any blame, any fault. Everywhere you believe there is something wrong with you, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you've been programmed to believe there is something wrong with you, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you've been criticized, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you've been judged, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. May some of you with karma abuse just scan the entire universe, your past, present, future, for all the beings who you've given power over you to judge you, criticize you. May some of you with karma abuse just create of all this to energetically communicate to the entire universe that you are no longer allowing this. You're no longer available for this. You're no longer available for any judgment. You're no longer available for any criticism. You no longer need it. May some of you with karma abuse just stamp all these lessons as completed. Whatever you're trying to learn from being emotionally abused, blamed, being made guilty about. May some of you with karma abuse just stamp all these lessons as complete. You've learned your lesson. There is no more need to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Everywhere you are not free to choose, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you're chained, shackled, bound. May some of you with karma abuse just scan the entire universe for all the beings that have shackled you, chained you, bound you. With some of your good karma abuse, just create a field that is to neutralize all of this energy and to set you free. Everywhere you cannot be free, clean, transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. With some of your good karma abuse, just create a field that is to teach you what it feels like to be free. To teach you what it feels like to know you're free. You can have all the freedom you want. With some of your good karma abuse, you scan the entire universe for all the beings that are grasping for you, that want a piece of you. With some of your good karma abuse, just create a field that is to energetically communicate to all these beings that you're no longer available for this. You're no longer available for being needed by others. May some of your good karma abuse just scan the entire universe for all the beings that think they can do whatever they want with you. Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. May some of your good karma abuse just create a fall that is to disconnect you from all those beings. May some of your good karma abuse to energetically communicate to all those beings that you're no longer available for it. You're setting yourself free. Push out their energies. Close the doors, windows. Disentangle yourself from that energy. Everywhere you are glued, bound, sewn together with any souls, with any beings on this planet, may some of your good karma abuse just create a fall that is to neutralize. All the decisions and choices. To be entangled, bound, sewn together with anybody. If some of your good karma abuse just create a fall that is, it is commanded that the belief you were made as subservient to man be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Create a fall that is, it is commanded that the belief I'm a servant of man be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Create a fall that is, it is commanded that the belief I was created to serve man be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Create a fall that is, it is commanded that the belief that I am a property of man be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Create a fall that is, it is commanded that the belief that I must do what men say be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Create a fall that is, it is commanded that the belief that men have a say in my life be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Create a fall that is, it is commanded that the belief that God is a man be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Create a fall that is, it is commanded that the belief that this is a man's world be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Create a fall that is, it is commanded the belief that women have nothing to say in this world be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. That women have no voice in this world be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Create a fall that is, it is commanded that the belief that men are a danger to women be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Create a fall that is, it is commanded that the belief that women and men can peacefully coexist in this world be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Create a fall that is, it is commanded that the belief that everything that's wrong in this world is woman's fault, be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. That's a big belief. I'm losing my voice as the energy is coming out and being cleared. Greater all that is, it is commanded that the belief that women don't deserve anything better be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Greater all that is, it is commanded that the belief that this is what women deserve be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. May some of our good karma be used to neutralize all the beliefs that whatever bad things happening to women, they deserve it, be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Greater of all that is, it is commanded that the belief that God punishes women be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Greater of all that is, it is commanded the belief that women must be punished be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. On a genetic level, across all generations. In the past, women were just as perpetrators as men. A lot of the programming was passed down to girls through the generations that came before them. Greater of all that is, it is commanded that the belief that this world is not safe for women, not safe for girls, be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. May some of our good karma be used to neutralize all the beliefs that this world is dangerous to girls, be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. May some of our good karma be used to neutralize all the decisions, choices, beliefs that women must be small, must be quiet in order to survive, in order to not be seen, in order not to be noticed, or else bad things would happen, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we expect bad things to happen, if we are seen, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we are trying to survive by being invisible, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we survive by hiding, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we shrink ourselves energetically, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we perceive dangers in being seen, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. May some of our karma be used to, as creator fall that is to neutralize all the beliefs that being seen is dangerous. Speaking our mind is dangerous. Speaking our truth is dangerous. Sharing our opinions is dangerous. Some of our good karma abuse just create a fall that is to neutralize all these decisions and choices, all of these beliefs. Every way we believe this is a dangerous world, danger awaits us, and it's going to be all our fault. We hear it on the news often when women get sexually abused or something like that. Often it's, well, she was in the wrong place. She was wearing the wrong thing. She was behaving in the wrong way. She was drunk. It must be her fault. So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. I found it quite outrageous. There is this religious group somewhere in the US where they entice women to cover their bodies up so that the man don't get, wrong thoughts. And this is exactly, again, just showing or making the point that it's the woman's fault. Well, it's the men that should be purifying their minds so that no matter what the woman dresses like, they don't get the wrong thoughts. So it's not about covering the woman up, it's about going within and outrooting from your consciousness, from your mind, what entices you to have wrong thoughts. So again, it's the woman's thoughts let's cover her up. So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality, everywhere. The woman is the seducer of men. May some of your karma be used to neutralize all the decisions and choices you've ever made to believe that women are the seducers of men. It's the woman's fault if men get wrong thoughts. It's man's nature. They cannot do anything against it, right? Often it's said like that. When men are men, that's what they do. Boys are boys. They can't do anything about it, so it must be the woman's fault. She needs to be doing something about it. So may some of you with karma be used to neutralize all the decisions and choices you've ever made to believe that woman is the sinner, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Woman is the seducer of man, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Woman is the one that brings the man from on the wrong path, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. All that religious programming. Some of our good karma be used to bring up all those religious programmings around the woman is a sinner, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. The woman is promiscuous, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere one has to be on top of the other. Everywhere there is the packing order, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. All those submissive energies. Creator Volatility is commanded that all the submissiveness, all the submissive energies from past lives be brought to the surface. If that energy had a voice, had a story, what would it tell us? If the submissive energies had a voice, had a story, what would they tell us? May some of our good karma be used to scan the entire universe for all the beings that thrive on our submissiveness. May some of our good karma be used to energetically communicate to all those beings that we are no longer available for this. We're no longer playing these games. May some of our good karma be used to fire them all from expecting any submissiveness from us, from expecting us to be lower than them, walk behind them, be less worth than them. So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. What are you deriving your self-worth from? Most of us, we are so entangled in this identity of being of a certain gender that we forget that we are the souls, and souls don't have a gender. All souls are equal, equally created, maybe on different stages of evolution, but equal. And souls don't have a gender. Somebody told me, "Oh, you're as a woman, you must want to have kids. Women want to have kids." I'm like, souls don't have kids. Why should I want to have kids? I'm the soul. I'm very clear about who I am. And souls don't have children, so why should I want to have children? It's nonsense. So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you've forgotten who you truly are. Creator of all that is, it is commanded that you be reminded of your true nature, who you truly are. Creator of all that is, it is commanded that your true essence, your divine essence, be activated, and the knowledge about who you are be activated. Everywhere you've forgotten who you truly are, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you're identifying yourself with the gender, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Grateful that it is commanded that the 5D sacred activation be run on your consciousness. You gotta start transcending this 3D reality. You gotta start operating on very different levels of consciousness, where you have greater understanding about who you are and life on this planet Earth. Everywhere you're so entangled in this identity that you've created. Everywhere you're a girl, everywhere you're a woman, everywhere you're a mother, everywhere you're a wife, sister, all those female labels and boxes. What would it take for you to let that go? Grateful that is. May some of our good karma be used to run the labels and boxes, sacred activation on our consciousness, removing all the labels and boxes. 5D. Everywhere you don't know what it's like to live blame free, clean, transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. It is what it is. Things are the way they are. There are things for us to learn from that experience. Grow through that experience. If we were to embrace all the experiences with gratitude and knowing that this too shall pass, then there is no need to blame. Blame is like this thing that gets passed around because nobody really wants it. Nobody wants to take responsibility. Some of your good karma be used to neutralize all this. It's my fault. It's the woman's fault. It's the other woman's fault. Great of all that is, it is commanded that all these beliefs be neutralized across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere, it's never the man's fault, clean, transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we've been programmed to believe it can never be the man's fault, clean, transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we believe it's the woman's fault and the men are just the weak victims, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. All that religious programming, creator all that it is commanded that all the religious programming around the original sin be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere the woman did it, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. It's just a stupid story and nothing else. So what are the stupid stories we believe? Creator all that it is commanded that all the stupid stories that we believe be brought up to the surface. If those stories had a voice, had a story, what would they tell us? When did it begin? When did it begin? When? What's the origin story of that? Where in your body are those stories stored and programmed, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality? Everywhere we are prisoners to stories. I've heard recently someone was saying that tradition is bullying by dead people. I really like that phrase. Tradition is bullying by dead people. So all those people that came up with these stories, came up with those traditions, beliefs, they're long dead, but they're still bullying us. They're still spoiling the quality of our lives. Everywhere we've accepted it, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we've been conditioned into believing this, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere it's part of our identity, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we can never be free of this, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Great of all that is, it is commanded that the belief that we were created unequal be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Great of all that is, it is commanded that the belief that genders were created unequal be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Great of all that is, it is commanded that the belief that one gender is better than the other be cleared and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. The sum of our karma be used to neutralize all the beliefs, all the decisions, all the choices we've ever made, to buy into that, to believe this. What do we get from it? How does it benefit us? May some of our good karma be used to clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. All the beliefs, all the decisions, all the choices, all that conditioning throughout generations, 4 generations, millions of years. Who knows how long this has been going on? Everywhere you accept things as they are, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you think it doesn't matter, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality, it matters. Everywhere you think it's okay, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you think I can live with that, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. I don't think you want to live with that. That's why you are here in this session. That's why you're the one listening to the replay as well. You want more for yourself. You're not settling for less anymore. The world is changing. Things are changing. The world is changing, truly. There are school nows that focus on genderless education, not conditioning any gender to anything in particular. So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. And maybe next time we incarnate, it's going to be a much more egalitarian world. And we will be ready. That's why we are clearing up our consciousness, our minds, so that whatever we don't clear out in this life, we're going to take it into the next life. Do we need it? Do we want it? How does it serve us? So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Why do we need to be second, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality? What do we get from being less worth than somebody else, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality? What do we get from being silenced, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality? What do we get from not daring to be who we truly are, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality? What do we get from being afraid, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality? Times gazillion, times gazillion, times gazillion. What do we get from being invisible, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality? What do we get from blaming ourselves, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality? What do we get from accepting or taking on all the blame, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality? What do we get from accepting that this is our fault, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality? Everywhere you're in this tug of war with anybody, with some of you with karma abuse, just can you past, present, future, for all the gender wars that you're still entangled in. With some of you with karma abuse, just create a follow this to neutralize all the decisions and choices you've ever made to participate in any gender wars, gender conflicts. In any suppression of any gender, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Some of you with karma abuse choose scan the entire universe for all the teachers you've ever had. And may some of them with karma abuse to fire them all from being your teachers. Everywhere you're being taught, conditioned into any particular gender. Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you believe that one gender is better than the other. Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you exclude the other gender, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. These days there are many, many women's circles and so on, and they often are very exclusive and excluding to men. So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you cannot be at peace with the other gender, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere it's a power struggle, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you must win against the other gender, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere somebody needs to win and somebody needs to lose, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Times gazillion, times gazillion, times gazillion. May some of you with karma abuse just create a foldatis to teach you the truth about men and women. Ask to be shown truth. Ask to be taught truth. Ask to remember the truth about the gender, about races. Being transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality, times gazillion, times gazillion, times gazillion. If someone here with karma abuse, just create a folder that is to teach you truth. If the truth had a voice, had a story, what would it say? If someone here with karma abuse, to receive that information, know that information, allow that information. Absorb, store this information in your energetic makeup. Receive this truth as an energy. It will eventually unfold itself as information that you consciously understand. Receive this information, know this information, allow this information. Everywhere you're resisting this information, clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you're resisting changes, clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you think you are not ready, clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you think it's not the time, clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you think it's too late, clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere this is how you learn to survive, and you don't know how to survive any other way than being blamed, shamed, made guilty, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you believe it's not a big deal, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you think I know how to handle it, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere this is, you believe this is how it's always been, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Why change it? Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. What's the point in even changing it? Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Create a field that is, it is commanded that the belief it's always been like that be neutralized, so it must be true, be neutralized across all time, dimension, space, and reality. That's a big one. Everywhere we believe this is how it's always been. Big energy release. Those of you who are sensitive, you might be perceiving this. Create a field that is, it is commanded that the belief that those who came before us are right. They knew something we don't know. Whatever the conclusions that they have made must be true. Create a field that it is commanded that all of this be cleared out across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we trust books that say this, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we trust those who came before us, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we believe they must be right, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we believe that we must be wrong, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Times gazillion, times gazillion, times gazillion. Just shake it off. Whatever energies we released, may all of this be transmuted into love and light and sent back to the universe. Be disposed of properly. It's some of your good karma be used to remind you who you truly are, what you came here to do, remind you of your true essence. Put your awareness at the center of Mother Earth, ground yourself. 5 feet down, 5 feet out. Be fully connected to Mother Earth. And whenever you're ready, you may open your eyes. Those of you who would like to join the next session is gonna be on a Monday. So there's gonna be an exception to the rule. And the topic is gonna be women that hate men and men that hate women. So we're gonna be really diving into that hate energy between the genders and where it comes from, where it began, and how it affects us. So if you're free that day, feel free to join us for the live sessions. Ideally, if not, there is going to be the replay as well, and it's going to be put in on my YouTube channel. It's going to be made available to everybody. I also host other sessions. So or every Wednesday, there is a series of sessions that is more around all the other different obstacles that we might have. And so tomorrow the topic is around family healing. So whatever conflicts, issues you have with your parents, that's something that we're going to be uncovering, exploring. And also I host every Thursday sessions around money blockages. So those of you who might be struggling financially, you might want to join. The topic is karmic bank account and source of income. So it's helping us to really, really tap into our own source of income, tapping into that energy, embracing that energy, being aligned with that energy, and and uncovering, unlocking, embracing energetically the sources of income that are available to us. So if you're available, join us as well. And this week also, there's going to be an exception to the rule. We're also going to have a session on Friday. This is because last week I didn't host this session, and it's going to be, the topic is why bother? So overcoming apathy and indifference. So everywhere you can be bothered with certain things in your life. I can't be bothered making more money. I can't be bothered having more clients. I can't be bothered having more success, things like that. That's what we're going to be covering in that session. Again, if you're free, join us. And thank you so much for being here. I hope you found the session useful and had some takeaways, insights. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. And I hope to see you again either sometime later this week or next week. Okay, everybody have a good day. Bye-bye.